Chris, that's a really good conversation. I think we need an NDA now. What do you think?
Yeah, Carl, I agree. We definitely need an NDA.
Okay, shall I send you ours?
Sounds good to me.
Actually, Chris, given that we're on Teams, shall I show you how we send our NDAs and other letters, documents, records, and forms out to customers? You might find it quite interesting, actually. So can you see my Teams screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay, well, I'm in Kim document. You can probably see on the left-hand side, Kim has made available to me a whole series of different categories in which I've got letters, forms, records, contracts that I can automate and send internally and externally and collaborate. So I tell you what, we need an NDA, a mutual NDA. So let's complete this form. So it's Neville Corporation, counterparty name. So literally, Chris, what we've done internally is we've taken all our frequently used letters, forms, records, checklists, contracts, and we've automated them. So you can see it's taken whatever our branding is, in this case, Kim and confidentiality agreement. So Neville Corporation and all the appropriate details. What I'll do, Chris, I will send this to you. So I'll put a quick note in. So please review, amend, return. You may just want to sign it straight away, Chris, if it's okay. It should be. It's fairly standard. And what I can now do, Chris, I can do several things. You can see this record's just been created at the top, Neville Corporation.
I can.
So in my screen, so I've got all the other things on here, but I'll come back to check out attachments, etc. in a minute. But I could just send this to you as a mail, attaching it as a PDF and or a Word document. But I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to share this with you. And if I share this with you, Chris, what's going to happen is that you are going to get an email to validate. And when you validate that email, it is going to give you the same screen that I've got, but only with this specific record in. So there you go. That's gone to you now. So what you're going to receive, Chris, you're going to receive this screen. You don't have to download any software. You won't have any of the categories on the left because obviously they are unique to our organization. But you are going to receive this document at the top. And when you click actions, you can do several things. You could just sign the document if you're happy with it, having obviously previewed it first. What you can do, though, is check it out. And if you check it out, that will allow you to make any amendments and send it back to me. And by the way, when you send it back to me, it'll appear as version 2 in your record and in version 2 in my record. So very simple, very straightforward, very quick. And as you can probably tell from the left-hand side, Chris, we've done this with all documents in our organization. And in fact, there's one other thing I could have done. I could have just sent you the form to update. So whenever we're gathering information and data internally or externally, literally all you do is send the link, and it's not an email, it's not a share. You get the link and then you just complete it. So imagine when we're doing surveys with customers, all the customer receives is the link to complete. And having completed the link, that then comes back into here and we've got all the customer data, and then we can actually export it and manage it as appropriate. So when you get it, Chris, preview. If it's appropriate, sign it. If not, check it out, amend it, send it back, and then we'll go back and forth until we get to a final version.
Thanks, Carl. I just got the email. That's actually really interesting how you did that. In just a few minutes, you were able to populate my organization's information, generate an NDA. Can you show me a little bit more on how you were able to do that?
Or how we actually create the automations?
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Okay. You got time?
I've got a few minutes, sure.
Okay, so hopefully then, can you see on my screen a Kim NDA?
I can see that.
Historically, Chris, if you see where the yellow highlights are, we'd have given instructions to our team members to insert counterparty name, insert counterparty address. So in all the variable fields, we'd have actually had instructions about what they should do. All you do, so imagine you say to me, Carl, please go and automate that letter, that contract, that compliance checklist, that record, whatever it happens to be. All you do is take that Word document and tag the variable fields. So in this example, all I've done is gone in and put square bracket dollar tag counterparty name close square bracket. This next one, square bracket dollar counterparty address close square bracket. So imagine if it's someone completing a form, you tag the yes, no, or whatever the answers may be. So literally, Chris, all you do is you take the Word document and you tag it. And of course, no training required. It literally is square bracket dollar tag close square bracket. Having done that, I then literally come into Kim document. I click create new application. And now I'm going to bring that document into Kim and I'm going to make it available to appropriate audiences to use. So you can restrict the audiences that it's going to be used by. So this is a mutual NDA. I tell you what, for the purpose of this, let's assume that it's a USA NDA. It's not, but let's just assume that. USA mutual NDA. Appropriate tooltip in here. What's going to appear on the wizard? So let's call this USA mutual NDA. The email it's going to come from. Now, category, this document that you just seen me take and put the tags into, I could add it to one of the existing categories that are already on the left-hand side. But actually, I'll tell you what, let's say we're going to create a new category for a different part of our organization, say USA sales documents. I then make this available. I could upload an appropriate list, but I've already got the US sales team in here, so let's make it available to the US sales team. And I'm going to take this document. So this is the document I tag, Chris. I take it, I add the tags to it, I complete some basic information, and then what it does is it draws it all into Kim and now allows you to create the form that someone's going to complete. The form I showed you earlier when we were creating that NDA for you. So add section header. So let's put a section header in here. And I tell you what, let's call this section header USA mutual NDA. I tell you what, Chris, let's put it, to make it look nice, let's put it over 4 columns. Yeah, it looks nice. Let's add a new section header in here. And let's call this section header counterparty details. And let's leave that over 1 column. And then we're going to put counterparty name there, the counterparty address there. I'll tell you what, let's put another section header in here. And let's call this, for the purposes of this, let's call this R details. And let's put the Kim signatory name there, the Kim job title there, the date there. I'll tell you what, let's quickly preview this. How does that look on the page? Well, it lays out quite nicely, but I tell you what, let's just unlock that, move it to there, and lock it there. How does that look? Yeah, we'll do that one. So I'm now creating the form. So very straightforwardly, Chris, counterparty name. Actually, everyone knows what counterparty name means. We'll leave it as a text box, but it could be any of these other boxes in terms of date, currency, drop-down list, whatever's necessary, but it's a text box. Let's make it required. That seems about the right length, 150. Let's apply that. Counterparty address, again, self-explanatory, but let's make it required. I'll tell you what, I'll put it over 2 columns because it could be lengthy, and let's make that 500 characters. So yeah, so 2 boxes, that's nice. Kim signatory name, I tell you what, so you can see this is different from what we did before. Let's put a drop-down list in place. Let's say it's required. So who are the individuals in our organization who can sign on our behalf? Let's just put, for the purposes of this, person A, person B, person C. And as you can probably see, Chris, I could just take a list. You could already have a list which I could upload and put in here. Let's just put that in place. Kim job title. So again, I'll tell you what, let's make this a drop-down list. Let's make it required. And let's say that this is going to be the HR director. Let's make it different from what we had before. The chief customer officer. And let's just put in place the CTO. They can sign on our behalf. And date, clearly you'd want the date as a date box. Let's put it as a date box. Let's make it required. Let's apply it. So let's quickly check, Chris. So this is we've taken the document, we've uploaded it. This is what it's going to look like. Person A, person B. Okay, we got that. We got those. That's great, straightforward. Let's save it. And having saved it, I'll tell you what, let's actually enable it so that it can be used by any individuals that are in the US sales team. So you've asked me, Chris, to go and automate that letter, that form, that checklist, that record, that contract, whatever it happens to be. I've taken the appropriate Word document with all the branding, whatever the branding is. It comes with any branding coming through. I've created the category on the left-hand side, US sales documents. I'm going to do one more thing to make it even better for users. Let's go into properties. Let's go to settings, and I'm going to enable emailing. I'm going to enable Word as well as DocX. I'm going to enable checkout so people can collaborate and negotiate back and forward. I could enable signature, which could be an appropriate signature provider or signature within Kim. Let's just update that. And now this is ready for use. So, Chris, within minutes, you've asked me to automate that document. A US salesperson can now go in. they can actually put in appropriate details. Submit. You've now got the new document, whatever it happens to be. So, Chris, actually, I can see what you've done while I've been doing that, because clearly you can multitask. You've actually sent me an updated record.
Yeah.
You've already amended it.
Yeah, it was remarkably quick and easy to receive the email, come in, put in my information, and sign it.
Perfect. Version 2, we're away.
I even added a note right there.
You have as well. Look at that. And I'll tell you the nice thing, Chris, as well, you've got the complete audit trail, which actually gives you everything in terms of what's happening, plus attachments and version control. Well, maybe, Chris, rather than just have an NDA between us, maybe you should use Kim Document.
I think that's going to be my plan.
We look forward to having you as a customer as well as a partner.
Thanks, Carl. Appreciate it.
Speak to you soon.